Power of the Pen, Writing with Purpose. Why do you write? Well, writers obviously have a purpose for writing. It could range from anything. If you write nonfiction, maybe it's just to share the facts, or maybe you just have a story that you want to tell, or there are several different reasons on there, and you know what yours is. So we have a purpose for writing, but do we write with purpose? Well, writing is fun. It's fun for me. I have a lot of fun writing. So I'm not saying it's not fun, but while we're having fun, do we write with purpose? I remember when I first got my driver's license, and I got behind the wheel of the car, I was 16, and I was by myself, and for the first time I realized the responsibility of driving that car, and that I realized the danger. And for me, I immediately prayed, and I asked God that I would never hurt anyone with my driving. Well, I wrote my first novel, and I started sending it off to editors and agents, and when I started doing that, I stopped for a second and I thought, wait a minute, if someone buys it and they publish it, maybe that novel would have the ability to influence people. Now, my novel was entitled Melissa's Fate, and it was a romance full of hot, steamy love scenes and an out-of-wedlock birth. That might not be what I wanted the teenagers that I taught in Sunday school, their parents, to read, my pastor. So once again, I prayed. Okay, God, maybe you need to show me your will about my writing. Now, it would have been wiser if I'd prayed that before, but anyway. So, it didn't get sold. Didn't go anywhere. It's been a long time ago. But how many people in here believe that your words have the ability to influence society? Okay, so we're all in agreement on that. So there is tremendous power in art and entertainment to change lives and to shape society. Wow. There's tremendous power in art. I write. There's tremendous power in my writing to change lives and to shape society. Let's look at positive influence. Oh, I'm going to date myself. Through literature and film and old TV classics such as Leave It to Beaver, The Rifleman, and Father Knows Best. If you guys wanted a few that were a little bit newer, I might say Little House on the Prairie. We get messages like, always tell the truth, or don't take something that doesn't belong to you, or you shouldn't hurt others. Uncle Tom's Cabin. Harriet Beecher Stowe. She wrote this novel. It was the best-selling novel of the 19th century. It was the second best-selling book of that century, second only to the Bible. And that book opened the eyes of society to the abhorrent state of slavery. It helped fuel the abolitionist movement, and President Lincoln, when he met her, shook her hand and said, so this is the little lady who started this great war. So, she got people to thinking. She's not the only one. Helen Keller wrote books, The Story of My Life, The World I Live In, and how I would help the world. Now, Helen Keller wrote many books that awakened society to the needs of the impaired and helped inspire the work and successes of foundations such as the American Foundation for the Blind. Catherine Ryan Hyde wrote a book called Pay It Forward. Now, Pay It Forward was a unique story. It's where a social studies teacher takes his students, he tasks his students with doing an act to change the world, okay? And a young boy comes up with an idea that if he can do an act of kindness for 3 people and something that they can't do for themselves, and then ask them to pay it forward to 3 other people, that might change the world. And as a result, the book became a film, and there's now a Pay It Forward movement, a foundation, and people all over the United States have followed suit. Have you ever had somebody do something for you and in front of you or something, and they're paying it forward? Yeah? And they say that on the Golden Gate Bridge, there are still people that are paying for the toll for the car behind them. So anyway, it's kind of cool. So we can bring about awareness, and it can actually affect change. There is a tremendous power in art and entertainment to change lives and to shape society. E.B. White. Everybody know who E.B. White is? He wrote Charlotte's Web. He also wrote for the New Yorker. Great writer. And obviously you can tell by the picture, you know, older than we are. But on the responsibility of writing, he said, a writer has the duty to be good, not lousy, true, not false, lively, not dull, accurate, not full of error. He should tend to lift people up, not lower them down. Writers do not merely reflect and interpret life, they inform and shape life. I loved it, so hence the slide. So the power of the pen, writing with purpose. So I write to be read. My desire is to evoke feelings from my readers. Feelings of joy, peace, love, romance, empathy, just to name a few. I would love for my readers to laugh, to cry, and rally for my heroes and heroines. And when they read the words at the end and close the cover, nothing would please me more than if the book that they just read would inspire them to be a better person. Change the world, so to speak, one reader at a time. I've enjoyed hearing about what everyone is writing. It's encouraged me to know that we have this many people, authors, who are writing with purpose in mind.
Have you any words of advice? Like if we said, give us 5 words of advice, what would they be?
What would they be? Yes, I would. I would tell you first, whatever you write, to pray about it. And the second thing would be, you can't do enough editing, which I would highly recommend that you send your manuscript to an editor first. Get your elevator pitch down. Writers groups are very important because few of us, maybe some do, but few of us have those connections that are needed to actually get our work published. And you're going to get those, I think, in writers groups and connect with authors and agents and that sort of thing. So that'd be the main thing.
Thank you.